What's up, family? Happy Sunday to you, wherever you are. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Today is a great day. I hope you all are getting excited for Christmas season for those who celebrate. Today we had our Christmas service and it was amazing. I hope you guys, wherever you're watching from, you're feeling the Christmas energy, spirit, and you're getting closer and closer to the realization or to your expectation of 2025. I hope you guys are doing well and wonderful as much as I am, and being excited to be here with you guys. So today I just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes to share what I thought about or what I think is important for us to look at today as we're preparing for 2025. After today, we have 3 more days to go. Can't believe how far we've come, but I am so blessed and so proud of that which we have accomplished so far. And so before we jump into our conversation for today, I have something exciting I want to share about, which is about talking about managing money and the little we have, and so, or the plenty we have. So I want you to send this link to anyone who likes money, is interested in making more money in 2025. All the other things we've talked about are going to help us to make more money, but this one, I had an eye-opening moment yesterday and I said, this is what I wanted to share today. So take a minute and share this with someone. I'm going to do same. Let them know we are here to share our knowledge, to discuss and all of that. So please do that. I am about to share myself. So I'm excited. I am super excited for the things that we are sharing. Someone reached out to me very early in the hours of today, and they said they were so blessed and they're so grateful for what we have been sharing and talking about. And so I'm just going to encourage you to keep sharing these links with someone, because it's going to change their lives. So please do so. Today is going to be amazing. Today we're talking about money. We're talking about being frugal with our spending. And you want to be a part of this because it's going to be one to remember. So today we're talking about being frugal in 2025. And I know it's Sunday for most of us, or wherever we're watching from, and most of us might not have a lot of time because we might be spending with family. I personally as well, I have to go and rest from the service, but I am so excited to share this with you, and I did not want to wait for later. And so today I'm going to be talking about frugality in 2025. And there's so many ways, so many things that I can talk about in each topic, as you know. And I'm encouraging each of us to go and do more research in the things that we're talking about. But today I'm going to focus on five things that I want us to have in mind for 2025 as it pertains to our finances, our money, and all that good stuff. And how did I get about this topic? Because I told you guys, as things come to mind, I'm excited, or as things are coming to mind, as I'm learning, I'm sharing this with you. And so I had an eye-opening moment yesterday where I went to the grocery store. I had a list. Almost every single time when I go to the grocery store, even if I have a list, I buy extra upon extra upon extra. Then yesterday when I went to the grocery store, I was about to pick up an item and I saw the price on it and I was like, I'm not going to take this. In that moment, I felt a power and a light bulb went off in my head that I can actually take something and put it back and say, I'm not going to take this. I might need this, but there's probably some in the house. I did not check before coming. So I'm not going to engage in this unplanned spending for this, which I'm not sure I need. That moment was so empowering for me. And I was like, wow. A light bulb went off my brain. And I was like, you know what? In 2025, as I have started today, I'm going to make sure that when I go to the grocery store, I am buying things that are on my list. You might have that experience where you go to the grocery store and you come back. I would usually come back with like 3-4 times more things than I planned. And when I was thinking about that, my last year during Christmas, my aunt came from Europe to visit, and I was taking her around to the grocery store and I bought so much stuff and she could not believe it. So she called me this year and she was like, oh, I remember all the shopping you did last year. You bought so much food. You did so much. Now, December, my son, my miracle boy's birthday is in December. So December is a license for spending for me. But another thing that happened for this December was that I, instead of making a big party for my 3-year-old, I made a party for him at his school. So what we just did, we bought balloons from the dollar store. We bought a cake and cupcakes, and we went to his school on his birthday and we cut the cake with his friends. He was so excited. He didn't even want me to help him cut the cake. And that moment is just stuck in my brain, in my memory. The excitement, the joy that was he had on his birthday. And it was that simple. The last 2 years, I've made a party, I've done this and done that. But when I did that, and it was so simple, I felt good. I felt like he was happy. I was happy. We did it. And of course, I have a lot of things going on this end of year. But in that moment, I was like, this was so simple, but so fun, so amazing. And then when I had this moment yesterday, it was also very enlightening. And I was like thinking about how my last year was, or my previous years, and this year, and just how I have spent differently, just this end of year, just this December, how I've spent differently, and everything just came together. And I was like, I need to keep this moving forward. And so that is why I wanted to share this with you guys, because I think that if we can make little changes in our finances in 2025, it's going to go a long way. It's going to go a long way. So I did a little extra. I put some things down, and then I did a little more research on just some basic things that I want you to have in mind as you're going into 2025, which are things as well that I'm having in mind with this enlightenment and this aha moment that I've had, that I want you to have in mind, so that we can get in and have a powerful 2025 financially and in everything that we're doing. So we're working on ourselves, we're working on our finances, we're working on our goals. It is going to be amazing. But the first thing that I want you to do is to set financial goals. So I can tell you for sure, one of my financial goals already, one of them, of the other ones I've been setting gradually, one of them is to watch my spending and make sure that I spend on things that I actually need. So if I am, and you know, groceries and all miscellaneous spendings are usually the majority of spendings in general. So set financial goals. So one of the ones that I've set is to ensure that I am being diligent with writing down the exact things that I need for grocery shopping and going to the store and buying those things. That will help me a great deal. I can tell you that's going to save me hundreds of dollars next year if I'm consistent with this, and that's what I'm going to do. So those are goals. That's one of my goals. Again, short term, you have to have short term goals and long term goals. Long term goals, I have one of my long term goals. I'm going to talk about that later. But think about what your financial goals are going to be for next year. So mine is going to be to save in the area of spending. So I already have my savings that I do, but now cutting back is going to be one of my goals. That's going to be a short term and a long term goal. And I was thinking about something that people did not become billionaires by just spending carelessly. They became billionaires by being intentional on spending, whether it's cutting costs in their businesses, cutting costs in their families, personal lives. So when you see someone who's, say, a billionaire, a millionaire, they didn't just get there by chance. They had things that they did. So we're seeing now, and we're saying, oh, this person's a billionaire, but we do not know how they got there. They did not get there by being lavish at the beginning. So define your short-term goals. Give your money purpose. You guys can watch Dave Ramsey, or follow his teaching. He's all about financial freedom and all of that. So that's a great place where you guys can start to do more research. But have those goals, because they're going to keep you focused, and you're going to be able to save wisely. You're going to be able to narrow down what you're doing. So I've shared mine with you, which I'm super excited about, because now one other thing was that instead of just going, so I left that store where I had that moment, and then I went to another store, and I was like, Holy Spirit. So I was praying, right? You guys have heard me talk about prayer. So I started praying, help me not to buy things that I'm not supposed to buy. Show me the things that I actually need. So it has started becoming something that is just beyond not buying, but really something that I want to focus on. And when I shared a little video on that, and I got some feedback from people who are also hoping to do same. So the second thing is, which ties to what I was talking earlier, is that you should spend below your means. Spend below your means. A friend of mine told me that she lives three times below her means. 3 times. That stayed with me. I don't even know how many times below my means I live. So again, those are my goals for 2025, to make sure that I'm understanding how I'm living. Am I living twice below my means, 3 times below my means, or am I exceeding? I know in the past I have just lived at the level that I was financially, and that is not good. So coming into 2025, we are taking action, and I want you to really be intentional, because living within your means and below your means ensures that you're not spreading yourself too thin, right? I can add a bonus point here, which will be something that Dave Ramsey teaches, which is that you should have an emergency fund, save money, and have funds for 3 to 6 months of living in case something happens. So think about that. If you're not living below your means, significantly below your means, how are you going to ensure that you're keeping money for 3 to 6 months in case something happened? So you even have to know what your spending is. So that leads me to my third point, which is that you have to monitor your spending. I know budgeting is like a cliche word, but it is true. But what I'm going to say is that monitor your spending. So that's how I'm going to put it. So I've talked about the fact that you should set goals. I've said that you have to spend below your means, live below your means. And the third thing that I'm talking about is that you should monitor your spending, because unless you monitor your spending, you are not going to be able to know how much you're spending on a monthly basis and how you should plan to keep 3 to 6 months of finances in case something happens. So it is very important, it's very critical. If your monthly living is 5,000, so multiply that by 3, that's 15,000 you have to have stashed somewhere in case of an emergency, in case you don't have um, funds for 3 months. Now, if you want to stretch it and really give yourself a buffer, we know a lot of things that happened in the last couple of years with COVID. Give yourself 6 months. A lot of people could not went into so much financial trouble because people were not prepared. So in 2025, set yourself up to do that. Really monitor and slash your spending. So if you're living at 10 grand a month, you have to ensure that you have 60 grand saved, 30 to 60 grand saved. And so the fourth thing is that as you're monitoring your spending, you have to prioritize debt repayment. Why? Because of the interest that compounds. Say on all your credit cards, you're compounding $50 a month. Think about that for 12 months. That is about, if $100 will be 1,200, then $50 is going to be $600. That could be $600 which you could put in an investment, which you could put in an emergency fund, which you could do something important with. So as you're monitoring your spending, making sure that even if you're using credit cards, you're paying them off so that you're not incurring interest. That's something that we can all incorporate in our lives, but really being diligent, because sometimes I realize that it's even the people who have money who have to be more careful with how they are spending their money. And if you're not careful, then that money cannot multiply. So that is your seed money. I'm saying this too because I know that even though a lot of people experience financial challenges, there are a lot of people who made so much money in the last couple of years. So you have to really be intentional. So you prioritize debt repayment so that you eliminate the fees, you eliminate the interest, and you can use those to invest and do more for your family. The next thing that I want to talk about is that you have to invest in the future. So that ties to my previous point. When you are able to save up, then you can invest. So really look for avenues of investment. That's one thing that I've been doing and preparing for 2025. I told you guys, those I have long-term goals as well, and this is also connected to networking I was talking about yesterday. If you have a good network of people, you can learn about investments. I talked about the fact that yes, you can learn things online, but sometimes when you have people that you can immediately connect with, face to face, you can get firsthand information. You can even get live coaching and guidance and stuff like that. So please make sure that you have a network of people around you who are financially savvy, not people who just take money from you or people who just spend, but people who are so focused on investments and growing their finances. And again, you want to educate yourself as well. So get at least I talked about Dave Ramsey. I've known about Dave Ramsey for like the last 10 years. He has a great program. He has his videos all over YouTube. You can watch those, you can listen to those. But if you're even looking for where to start and you do not know where to start, I would encourage you to start with Dave Ramsey. In addition to all the things that we've talked about, listen to that, because all he talks about is finances. I talk about a lot of other things, helping you to understand where to go for different things. But they focus solely on finances. I also have a friend of mine who has a YouTube channel where she's also talking about personal finance and wealth management and all that. So there's so much resources in there. Knowledge is power, right? So understanding money management will help you to make smarter decisions. So every single day in 2025, I'm going to be looking at my accounts, looking at where my money is going, how to do and all of that. So you have to really be on top of it. Again, remember, I had this eye-opening moment yesterday, and I'm really planning on capitalizing on it. And then the last thing I want to say is that you have to review and adjust regularly. Personally, one of the struggles that I have had is that, I would get overwhelmed with the reviewing of my expenditures and, staying, making adjustments. But the truth is that with where I am right now and the things that I'm learning and sharing with you, reviewing, staying on top of it. A friend of mine said, don't quit, rest, don't quit. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, get an accountant. If you don't understand where your money is going, get an accountant. I also have resources that I can provide to you if you want to know, or have a good accountant to help you with money management. So when you have your goals, you have to review what you're actually doing against those goals. So adapting your plan, it ensures that you remain aligned with revolving needs. Sometimes there would be higher spending, there will be lower spending at sometimes. So if you don't review, you will not know how to make adjustments. So there is so much that we can cover as it concerns managing finances, but I really just wanted to share with you guys this as it pertains to what I'm personally doing. And most of the things are really things that I'm personally doing and what I'm learning and my goals, especially as it comes to financial management, which is going to be key. We are having in the United States, there's a new presidency coming. We do not know how it's going to look like, so you really want to be frugal with your spending. You don't know what is going to change, so make sure that you're protected, your family is protected. This Christmas period, please cut back on spending, so that you set yourself up for success. So I'm going to wrap up here, but I want to go over, just give you a recap of the things that I've said. The first one is set financial goals. The second one is spend below your means. The third one is monitor your spending, because when you monitor your spending, you're going to understand where your money is going. You have to, fourthly, repay debts. Make sure that you're clearing off debts, because when you clear off debts, then you can do the fifth thing, which is investing, saving and investing. Make sure that you have 3 to 6 months of discretionary income in case something happened to your finances. You want to make sure you have money saved somewhere for your family not to be stranded. And you also want to look at short-term and long-term investments. There are banks right now that are giving you 4% savings accounts, right? So do not just stay with the same old. There are those that can be short-term things. CDs, a friend of mine told me about CDs. So just look at some of those. When you are able to save money, live below your means, save money, then you're going to be able to invest. And I've recommended Dave Ramsey, who has more information on finances and financial management. And by watching some of those people, the sitting is that you're educating yourself on finances. You are learning, you're making sure that you're growing, you're getting the information that you need. And as you're doing that, you've set goals, you're taking action, you want to review regularly and make adjustments. If there are things that you have to change, you change. If there are things that you have to implement, you implement. And I've also said that networking is very important as far as financial management is concerned. Surround yourself with people who have a growth mindset, a mindset of millions and billions. Don't stay around a circle of people who are only concerned with what they are going to eat tomorrow or what they will eat today, and they're not thinking about their future, the future of their children. Please be very intentional with where you're spending your time and where you're spending your resources. So those are the few things. There's so much more I could add there. I just glanced upon the fact that in monitoring your spending, you can create a budget. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, it's a cliche word, but I pretty much summed it up as reviewing your expenses and living below your means, making sure that you know what what your monthly is, so that you can accumulate for 3 to 6 months of contingency. So please go and take action on these things that we've talked about. Go and, find some of these resources, whether it's Dave Ramsey, whether it's, books on podcasts on finances and financial management, and make sure that you, before you enter 2025, you have a plan. You have a financial plan. I talked about mine, which is to cut back on my spending. That is one of the biggest top priority for me, as much as I'm investing. So anything that I'm going to be cutting back, I'm putting it in investment. So the $6 I didn't spend to buy olives yesterday, I know that, okay, that money is going to go somewhere better. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you did, and if you want to know more information I talked about, if anyone wants to join my mastermind of people who are going to be taking action, growing, crushing it in 2025, please let me know. Join me. I'm excited to connect with you. And tomorrow, I will see you again. We have 3 more days to go. And I believe you are more than loaded with what you need to crush it in 2025. So please share this video with someone, comment, like our content, and let me know even what more you want to hear about, what you want to learn about, and I'll be bringing those to you. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and go and be